The content of this video is intended for service technicians. The procedures and processes depicted are to be performed only by trained technicians. All procedures and processes were filmed in a controlled environment. Some safety equipment and/or safety guards or barriers have been removed or foregone for visual clarity. Always read and apply the general and specific safety rules and safety messages presented in the appropriate service manual and operator's manual. Always wear appropriate personal protection equipment.
Hi, it's Russ with the technical training team, and we're going to show you how to use the video inputs on the Pro 700 in a flagship combine. So there's 3 video inputs possible, and if you buy the parts marketing kit, you'll have brackets that'll get you onto the grain tank, onto the unload tube, and then on the back deck of the machine. And then we need to configure the Pro 700 to accept those inputs. So we're going to go back, and we're going to go into the toolbox, and we're going to adjust the layout. And here I got the layout set up, and I'm on the default layout, so I can't make any changes here. So I have to create a layout, and we can call it anything we want. And so I got a new layout here. And I happen to be on the Run 6 screen, and I'm just going to make this my video screen. So I'm going to touch on this top left cell, and I'm going to scroll down through the choices until I see the word video. And again, these are in alphabetical order, so we just keep scrolling down until we see video. And you see I got video 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 2 by 4, and 2 by 5. Now this refers to the number of cells that we're going to have the video in. So if I want it in 1 cell, I pick that one. If I want it in 2 cells, you know, various items there. So I'm going to pick 2 by 5 because that'll give us the biggest image for this video, but you could pick any image you want. So I picked that, and you can see that it fills up basically the entire Run 6 screen. There's a couple of more cells that we could program at the bottom there. So let's take a look at what this looks like. So we go back, and we go into Run Screens, and across the bottom we go to Run 6, and there's a video image, and that's the one going off the back of the combine. I simply touch the video image, and now I've got the one on the unload tube. I touch the video image again, and now I got the one inside the grain tank looking down. I touch the video image again, and I go back to the first one. So we continuously scroll through the video images. Now, on a flagship combine, we can make this happen automatically. So I'm going to go back to the Run 1 screen and leave it sit there. And now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go into the toolbox, and across the bottom you see I've got this word video. And what will happen on this video tab is I can tell it to automatically switch to each one of these cameras based on a certain machine function. So right now they're set for default, which means that they're only going to work in that manual mode where I have to look at them on a run screen. So if I touch the word default, now it's going to tell me that, okay, I'm going to switch to camera input number 1 based on which event, when I back up the machine or when I hit the unloader. So either one of those is fine. I'm going to set this one for reverse, okay, and I'm going to set camera 2 for unload tube, because I think that's the way it went. Is camera 1 was the backup camera, camera 2 was on the unload tube, and camera 3 was in the grain tank. And I don't know that because I didn't wire this machine up, but I'm going to try it and see what happens. So I go back, and I go into run screen, and I've got my unload auger out, so all I have to do is hit the unload auger engage, and we have to wait for the spout to go down. And you see that the image that it took here is the grain tank image, and so that's not the image that we want. We want a different image for that. So we would just go back to the toolbox again, and we had camera input number 2 set for the unload tube, so we're going to shut that one back to default, and we're going to try this camera image 3. We'll go for that unload tube, and then we'll go back to the run screen. It really doesn't matter what screen we're on. We'll kick that on, and it comes on. So there is our unloader, so that's in good shape now. So that's the right one, and then when I shut the unloader off, it clears the image. Okay, now the other one that we set up was the reverse camera, okay? And so I'll go back to my run screen, and I've got my transmission in neutral, and I'm going to release my park brake. So my park brake is released. And now when I take the propel handle and I move it to the reverse slot, now it's going to pop up that image to show me backing up so I can see behind me automatically. Now, if I want to clear any of these automatic images, all I have to do is touch the screen and it will disappear. So anytime I move that propel handle to the reverse slot, that's the image that's going to pop up. So that's how we set up our machines for video. We can either run them manually or we can run them automatically by setting it up on the toolbox.